It's been rocky. It's been from sex tapes. It was him and someone else.
I was not in it.
Wasn't me.
It was him.
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toller on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. When Lynette met Frank 3 years ago, she believed she'd found her life partner. But now, after discovering a sex tape Frank shot with another woman, she's found the true meaning of heartache and betrayal.
I've been cheated on for the past 3 years, and today I want out.
I can't be with someone that's always snooping and spying on me. The only thing you're doing is pushing me further away.
Lynette says she is through with Frank, unless Judge Lynn can show her a reason to stay. Today on Divorce Court.
All rise! Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Lynnette Villegas and Frank Lopez. The two of you have been together for 3 years. You have no children together, but Ms. Villegas, you do have 2 children from a previous relationship. You no longer want to live together with Mr. Lopez, so you would like to dissolve your cohabitation situation. You are now suing him for $250, which is the loss of your security deposit, and we will discuss that momentarily. Before we do that, however, Mrs. Villegas, I want to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you're here in divorce court today?
Okay, well, been in this relationship for the past 3 years, and it's been rocky. It's been from sex tapes to sex phone calls that I've
Let's
been
start with the
answered
sex
to.
tapes.
Yeah.
What? Tell me about who made them, how you saw them, and what the problem. Well, I know what the problem is, but.
He's smart. He knows where to hide his things. So he hid it in a hard drive, and I played detective one day, and I went through it.
It was him and somebody else,
Yeah.
or?
It was him and someone else.
I was not in it.
Wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It was him.
I'm going to ask you this as artfully as I know how.
Okay.
Were you able to identify with accuracy the participants in that tape? I mean...
Oh, okay, well, look, this is how I know it was him. I recognized the boxers, the tennis shoes. He recorded the phone. Actually, he recorded it with his handheld cell phone, and a phone call came through. So it stopped and started again.
But didn't
and
see
when
my
it
face in it, though.
Hang on.
And when it started again, he was like, "All right, come on, let's do it." So I mean, that
You
voice
heard his
is
voice,
unique.
so you know all of that.
That voice is unique. Not most men have that deep voice like that.
Right.
You know.
So you knew it was him.
And it was that girl. You know, he cheated with that girl for the past 6 months. So I mean, come on now.
So you
why would he have a tape that he's not in?
Right.
With another man.
Mr. Lopez, would you like to respond to all of that? Very good detective work, by the way. Would you like to respond to that?
Well, you know, I do video work. You know, I do documentaries. I mean,
documentaries.
You know, all kinds of videos. I mean, you know.
Really?
Ms. Villegas, why don't you tell me another story of a time when you believe he's cheated on you?
I always catch him. The thing is that no one has to call me and tell me or me put 2 pieces together. Like I said, I found the video. Before that, the year before that, I called him multiple times back to back to back to back. And he accidentally answered a call, and I'm hearing moaning. So I'm like, okay, you know, he's a man. Maybe he's, you know, porno. No, it
Maybe
started.
I was in an adult store.
Hang on.
It started getting real. I started listening in more. It started getting real. So I jumped in my car and head out to where I knew he was at just to catch him red-handed. I was like, God, please,
And
God.
I wasn't there.
That's what they say. You see, it's like I can get my mom or any family member to cut for me too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So again,
anybody's
Mr.
gonna say
Lopez,
that.
it wasn't you.
It wasn't me. And as far as that, I mean, even if it was, I mean, me and her were through anyway.
That's not true. That's incorrect because that happened 2 days prior to my birthday. And on my birthday, he was apologizing for it.
But like I said, you didn't see my face, and you didn't see me. You didn't catch me in the act.
But did you,
You wouldn't
did you
apologize for it.
apologize for it, Mr. Lopez?
I mean, I apologize for the stress that came with the.
With whatever,
call.
with some other guy that wasn't you did may have caused her
Maybe
when
the
she
wrong
mistakenly
number.
thought it
Maybe
was
she
you.
was half awake.
Mr. Lopez, we've been all on your case. Why don't you tell me what is your main complaint with respect to Ms. Villegas?
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even with all the things that supposedly or allegedly happened, you know, regardless, you know, I still get accused. Even before all that, you know, I still got accused. You know, I'm at, you know, doing my job, and you know, I'm getting calls back to back, like answer the phone, who's there, you know, threatening to come up there and see. You know, I take pictures with people that I shoot videos for also, and even models. And she's like, well, what are you doing with them? Why are they on your Facebook? And you know, even with all that, you know, with all that stress and all that nagging, a person wants to leave. You know, a person.
So you say primarily the problem with your relationship is that she's nags and she's insecure and jealous.
Yeah, because once the fight started getting bad, I mean, I was pretty much fed up.
Yeah, okay. Tell me about the credit.
Okay, well, you know, I helped her get an apartment. I gave her the deposit. And, you know, of course, I put my name on the line. And, you know, she got the apartment, and me and her got into it. And like I said, I couldn't do my job, you know, because, you know, I was out there cheating, or she would try to go, you know, and show up on it. I couldn't do my job. I couldn't focus.
So you're a videographer, and it requires you to go places, do things, and some of the women there happen to be pretty.
They happen to
But
be.
Your Honor, I'm his makeup artist. That's my nagging. So if I'm your makeup artist and you're the videographer and you got models like he said, why am I not there?
When divorce court continues, what happens to make Lynette lose her cool?
Take your time. Make problems? I'm feeling your pain. Call me toll free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com and become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce court is back with the case of Lynnette Villegas, who says she wants to dissolve her 3-year relationship with her boyfriend because she found a sex tape he made with another girl. But do they need to stay together for business reasons?
Is part of the reason you've stayed with him so long, given all of the things that he's done, the economic thing, in that you both have a joint business? Because I understand you're the makeup artist, you're the videographer, it's one website, you advertise together. Is some of that the reason why you maintain this relationship, even though it is so clearly broken?
I did that maybe the first and the second year, you know what I mean? But now it's like I didn't invest 3 years and 3 genuine years out of my life, because who stays with somebody who clearly, no matter what he says, that's him on that video, that was him on the phone call, that it's been him every time. But I make justification, like I say, because I give him credit for the things that he's helped me out on, because he gave me my business, you know? I give him credit for all that. I do give him credit for all that, and I find justification deep down inside of him, you know, because he won't leave me or my kids hanging. So I'm like, man, maybe deep down inside he's a good person, and I'll stick with him for those reasons, because the business, he knows I clearly, at this point, I don't care about that business. I'll walk away without it. I could do anything else.
Mr. Lopez, what do you have to say?
Well, like she said, she says she's willing to walk away. Like I said, we've tried to walk away, you know, but she uses the guilt trip. Like I said, I'm good to her, and I help, you know, her with her with her 2 kids. I mean, whenever she's in a problem, I'm there. You know, whenever she can't.
So what you're saying is
guilt in
not
there.
that she guilts you into staying, but that she puts up with what you do because you're so you help her so much. You're so
obviously,
stable.
I mean, well, obviously, I would say that the good things that I do outweigh the bad things. So obviously, she's there.
Not no more. Not no more.
You've tried to leave him before, Ms.
Yeah, I
Ms.
have.
Villegas.
Yeah.
What happened? I mean, who called who first? Who tried to get it back together?
You know what? Under all this stuff, that's still my best friend. I could say that.
Take your time.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And I'll
Don't be
call
sorry.
him on that.
He's what?
I'll call him on that. Or if we're separated and he's out of the state or out of the city, I still care. I'll text, have you eaten? Have you slept? How are you doing? Because like I said, that's still my friend. I still care.
When he does that and you get him back, does he say, look, I don't think this is a good idea, or is he, you know,
No,
he's on
of
the
course
first thing
not.
smoking?
Never. He never says this is a bad idea. Like, that's the crazy part. When we reunite again, it's like if nothing ever happened and we're laughing and we're joking
how can
and
you
we're
leave that?
vibing.
And how can you what?
How can you leave that? You know,
Right,
1 minute you're saying, well, it's part of our ways, and the next minute is,
Everything is cool.
you can't.
Do you take any responsibility for the things that go wrong when they do go wrong?
You know, I take responsibility. You know, I could be.
Well, remember that you said it wasn't me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, no, I don't mean that. What I'm saying is, you know, we've had.
But that's it, though, Mr. Lopez. You cheat on her. You cheat on her, and you do so regularly, and it's eating the life out of her.
When divorce court continues, what does Lynette do that has Judge Lynn trying to talk some sense into her?
How silly is that? Come on now.
It does.
You know, and I know you're a nice lady, and I think you've been hurt tremendously, but you can't keep walking into a blender and wondering why you get cut.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Frank Lopez, who has tried to end his 3-year relationship with Lynette, but says she always guilts him into staying together. But can a vacation getaway save this relationship?
You're going to Puerto Rico soon?
Yeah.
On a cruise?
Puerto Rico and a cruise.
With him?
We're scheduled to go together. You know.
Now
Like I said
listen
again.
here.
How can
What are
leave
you doing here with a cruise booked?
Oh no. Well, see, I can set the dates. Like, basically, I have the tickets, and I say the date.
It's an open.
It's an open date for whenever I want to go, and
You got a ticket for him?
Yeah, I got that's the crazy thing. I have the tickets. Yes, I have a ticket for him, and like I said, still my best friend. I would want to go and see those things with my best friend,
Ms.
but at this point,
how silly is that? Come on now.
It does.
You know, and I know you're a nice lady, and I think you've been hurt tremendously. You've got a good heart. You're holding it down. You're obviously very talented. You got 2 kids and all of that. But you can't. But you can't keep walking into a blender and wondering why you get cut.
right?
You can get a girlfriend or something. Don't take him.
True.
But a girlfriend hasn't helped out as much as I did.
Like like I said, I'm at my end.
Playing the victim.
Nah, I'm at my end. You know what I mean? Like, clearly, I'm not playing the victim. This is all real. I didn't go through acting classes. I'm not telling you lies. This is my real life.
No, she's not playing the victim. She is the victim. She is the victim of your refusal to treat her like a human being. At the very least, don't keep going back.
Yeah, you know,
You could not go back.
You know, I guess we get to a point where we realize what the flaws are, and you know, we try to work on them. But I mean,
You're not trying to work
at the
on
same
anything.
time, it's hard because, yeah, I did what I mean. Well, allegedly, what I did.
This is a man who will not work on his problem because he will not acknowledge that it exists. He intends to continue to behave as he has always behaved, and he will continue to hurt you. There is no if, and, buts, maybe. There's no fixing, getting better, nothing like that. Believe me, hear me, hear me. He showed you who he is.
Yeah, he did.
This is who he is.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's now gotten to the point where I don't answer his calls no more.
When divorce court continues, what did Lynette find to further prove Frank's unfaithfulness?
It was linked to his Facebook, Twitter, and Gmail account, and all three together were just disturbing.
Divorce court returns with the case of Lynnette Villegas and Frank Lopez, who are dissolving their partnership after dating and owning a business together for 3 years.
Tell me about the Facebook messages.
Well, I gave, like I said, there was the phone call and the sex tape, and I gave him 3 strikes, you're out, like everyone, right? I'm fair. So he left his password up on a computer. It was actually a password for someone else because he does web work for other people too as well. But he has ADD, so I knew that he would have a way to. It's going to be the same password. It was.
Very bright young lady. You might want to see about going into law enforcement and be a detective or something.
Yeah,
you're very logical and things are very well thought out. But go ahead.
So I was in law enforcement when he met me. So, anyways. I found the password. I found his Facebook. It was linked to his Facebook, Twitter, and Gmail account, and all three together were just disturbing. Nothing was current. Nothing had happened currently, but if I thought the sex tape and the phone call were bad, like, wow, the threads that I read, it's like, wow, you really did me like that?
But I was at the point where I was fed up with it. You know, at this point, we were like, hey, this isn't what we wanted to be.
Well, you know, he can make excuses all day, but like you said, this was real. He did this to me. What have I done to you?
Well,
did I get you back? Did I get you back?
I don't know.
I've had motive.
If I was a detective, maybe I could say yes or no.
But she hasn't done anything
I've
to
had
you.
motive to do him wrong. I've had motive to leave.
Do you hear him?
Yeah, I've had motive to leave him hanging.
Tell me about the $250. Tell me about the $250 for the security deposit.
He finally caught me on one thing, which wasn't even serious like that. So, you know, I got friends too, right? I call, they text, whatever. And he had came in from out of town, and I let him borrow my phone, and a text came through, and he saw it, and it was a guy friend that he doesn't like, and we got into an argument, and yeah, the whole ended up on the wall.
Like I said, know of.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's
Did
play
you
your
put the
story.
hole in the wall?
Allegedly.
Did you put the hole in the wall? He put the hole in the wall.
He put the hole in the wall.
Did you put a hole in the wall?
I don't know. I mean, when we were fighting, she was throwing things. I was dodging stuff. I felt like I was in the Matrix. Things were thrown.
Okay. She don't know, but you do. So I believe you. I can't do anything with Mr. Lopez because he refuses to stand in the light. And if you're in the dark, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So I'm going to talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
But before I do, I'm going to award you $250 for that thing he didn't know he did.
Right.
$250 in favor of Mrs. Villegas. It is so ordered. I'd like to see you in chambers.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
We now join Judge Lynn and Lynette in chambers where they are already in progress.
Now, Lynette, I wanted to talk to you because I think you are beautiful. I think you are capable. And I want you to leave this man. Now, when you leave here, what are you going to do?
Probably leave.
Probably? What is it that he's doing that you like so much?
It's not him. I have a thing with walking out on people. I don't have the heart to leave anyone. Like, you clearly have to hurt my kids.
Kids in order
for me to leave.
A child whose mother is not strong and safe and secure and is on an emotional roller coaster and is getting beat up as a person.
Right.
Does not have the best mother that they could.
True.
He's not helping. He's not going to change. He's not even going to acknowledge the problem. So if you can't do it for you, you do it for your kids. He's not good enough for you. He just isn't.